Hello, everybody. It's the Film Optimist. Today, I'm talking about the Twilight Saga Breaking Dawn Part Two. We're here. Um, so we were left on a cliffhanger. Bella is now a vampire. She and Edward have a baby. Jacob is in love with said baby. But what does it all mean? Well, it's quite simple. The Volturi, big time vampire folk that I haven't really been talking about, want Bella for her powers. Also, something I haven't talked about. Listen, guys, I don't want any trouble. Leave Renesmee alone. For the record, Renesmee is Edward and Bella's child. God, I'm not good at this. I'm really not. What the fuck am I doing? Anyway, I was looking forward to putting it into this series. 10 hours, you guys. That's too long. But still, these weren't as bad as I thought they were going to be. Uh, New Moon, to and this film in particular. In the book, there was a standoff and nothing else. But what with this film, holy hell, I was not expecting that. Oh, you bastards! Great fucking movie. Thanks go to Kim Banals, my mom, for requesting this film. Um, my mom went to see this in theaters with my aunt Christy. Rest in peace. Um, I think she went to see it with Christy, and because Christy loved the books too. I think I might have borrowed some of the books from Christy. Maybe I don't remember. Anyway, she comes back from the theater after seeing this one, and my mom loves spoiling shit. Loves spoiling shit to the point where I'd be like, "Mom, shut the fuck up, please. Stop spoiling things." Oops, sorry. And she's kind of played around and had fun with it. She comes in looking sad. I'm like, "What happened?" "They all died, Cody." I go, "Can you shut the fuck up and not spoil shit, please?" And she's like, and kind of thinks it's kind of funny. No, she doesn't do that. She's still like, "Oh, I can't believe it. Like, you weren't gonna watch it anyway." It's like, I was going to. You requested the movies, Mom. You requested every movie this year. Ha! Like, why do you think I wasn't gonna watch this? Why did you? Why? Why would you do that? So I don't expect everyone to die. Not everyone's gonna die, but they have the final face off. In the books, they face off the Volturi, the Cullens, and the Cullens get back up by a lot of other different clans from different countries, and they're all ready to fuck the Volturi up. The Volturi have been like laying down vampire law since the dawn of time. They're the head honchos. Alice in the books gives the main Volturi guy. He's also in the fucking what the fuck's that called? Underworld, and he's in Rise of the Lycans. Michael Sheen. I love Michael Sheen, by the way. I fucking love Michael Sheen. Who is he in Twilight? Who is he? He's really good in Underworld. Where's the filmography, bro? List of performances? Film. He's Lucian in Underworld, a really important character. Archive footage in that one. Twilight Saga, New Moon. Wait a minute. Oh, he was in the first Underworld as Lucian as well. Oh, that's cool. I forgot. He's Arrow. He first shows up in New Moon. I don't think he makes an appearance in Eclipse. They just talk about him. Breaking Down Part 1. And Breaking Down Part 2. In New Moon, he got no awards or nominated awards. I don't think. But in Breaking Down Part 1 and Part 2, he got nominated for the Golden Raspberry Award for Worst Screen Ensemble. Then he won the Golden Raspberry Award. I think that's not fair. That's a fun role. Anyway, Alice gives Arrow a vision, one of her visions. She goes, "Touch my hand." He has to touch their hands and then he can like read their minds or some shit. And she gives him a vision of what's going to happen if they fuck with the Cullens. In the film, takes her hand, He's like feeling on her hand. She goes, "Wait a minute. It doesn't matter what you see. You're gonna attack us anyway, aren't you?" And she's like, "Psh," and she hits him. And I was like, "Oh no, Alice! Like here we go. It's starting." Big time war breaks out. Um, he like grabs Alice a certain way, like he's gonna kill her, and Carlisle, the head of the Cullen family, the father, runs up at Arrow like, "No, Alice!" And he runs up because I think he backhands Alice or something. And he runs up, he jumps, and Arrow jumps in the midair and like grabs him, and there's like a whole like there's a quick like that, and you see Carlisle's body falls. You see Esme's face, and she's like, "No!" And then it goes over, and then there's his head, his severed head. Carlisle's head lays there, and it's like I'm like, that was to be expected when my mom said everyone dies. If anyone's gonna die and be like a shock death, it'd be Carlisle, the father, because that is pretty shocking. You know, being the father, he's like the strongest one, right? I mean, or one of, and that happens, and that happens, and I remember just sitting there, and then Jasper runs up, and Jasper gets killed, and I was like, "Fuck no," because I love Jasper. I fucking love Jasper, even though he fought for the Confederacy. I'm like, dude, this guy's so fucking cool. I love this. I love him. I love him in the books a lot more because he's like a Confederate soldier, and then he like turns against them at one point, becomes a vampire. He's with Alice. Alice is fucking a baddie. I love Alice. He gets killed. I was like, fuck no. And then they get into this all-out war, and we start seeing more deaths. We don't see any more like good guy deaths. Like we'll see like a couple of them. So some of their bodies drop, but Edward and Bella aren't gonna die. I don't think Edward and Bella are ever going to die. So I'm like watching them. Dakota Fanning, she plays one of the worst characters. This is a great role for her to like break out of being a child star. Jane Volturi. Jane can, her power is she gazes upon you, and then like it sends like pain throughout your whole body. And she couldn't get Bella. That's what pissed her off. She was looking at her like wanting her to writhe in pain, and like they're like, "Don't do it. She's human. She could die." And she's like, they're like, "No, we'll allow it because the powers aren't working on her. Let's see if her powers work." They don't, and they're like, "This is great. This is amazing. Imagine if she was a vampire. What she could do then with this power of not, power's not working on her. Like this, that'd be pretty cool." So Jane fucks up Seth Clearwater. Seth is played by Boo Boo Stewart. He's a little kid. He's part of the natives. He's a wolf, little wolf boy, and he is such a great character. In that he's just a cool kid, and he and Leah Clearwater both back up Jacob when he wants to be alpha. They really have a lot of faith in him, so you get to see their characters a lot, and see them grow alongside Jacob. So Seth, he gets tortured to death by Jane. It's really depressing. I think his neck is snapped too, and it's so fucking sad. He's a kid. He's like a preteen or like 13. It's so fucked up. So it's like 13, 14. It's like, and even though he's a wolf, you still killed a kid, right? And Leah, she hears the howling, and she hears, and the thing is, they're like their minds are linked, all the wolves. So that's her little brother, and when someone dies, you feel that shit. So she feels everything, all these emotions, and she charges at them or whatever. There's like a big like fissure, like it's a big old crack in the earth that's separating, and I think Leah's thrown in there and she dies. So both Clearwaters are dead. That's fucked. They then have a bunch of wolves jump on Jane and kill her. There's another vampire. What is his name? From Hell on Wheels, Mr. Bohannon. His character, he's a villain for a while. God, what is his name? It's not Colmini. It's Tom. Is it Tom Noonan? I don't think it's Tom Noonan. It's not the McGinnis. The Swede, Tor Gunderson. Christopher Heyerdahl. He plays Marcus in the Twilight Saga. He looks so depressed all the time. Just whatever, just do it. He's part of the Volturi. He goes like finally, and he holds his arms out and lets them twist his arms and like rip his torso off. He's like, I'm tired of this. I'm tired of this shit. And then they kill Arrow. Both Bella and Edward team up and kill Arrow, and then it shows it goes into his eye, and then it comes back out. That's the vision that Alice did it. It's like, that is perfect. That's amazing. I probably should have had a spoiler warning for anyone that wanted to see that, but it's really good. It's a great way of not only just, making the film longer, padding out the runtime. The books are so anticlimactic. Like, you think they're building up to something so huge. You're wondering what's going to happen next. I don't think they show it in the films, but no, I think they kind of do. But it feels so much better in the books. Bella can like put her thoughts into a bubble, and she gives that bubble to like, she can like extend her powers outward to someone else so that they're not affected, but she can also open up. It's kind of a, what's that? Not allegory. What the fuck is that called? You know what I'm trying to get at. It's a metaphor. It's a metaphor for her finally opening up to Edward fully, completely, truly. She extends her thoughts outward, and we see a quick like little sizzle reel of everything from Twilight up to now, just super quick. He's like, what? Wait, what? He's like, how can I read your thoughts? Actually, like, I'm letting you. Like, I can now, as a vampire, push my. Our life is about to be balling. Like, and so it's like, it's really exciting. I don't know where they go from here. I think Twilight is just, it's done, right? They did a Twilight, like a gender bent thing. She was working on Midnight Sun, and it got leaked. Midnight Sun was Twilight, but from Edward's perspective. I was excited to kind of read that, and then like someone leaked a couple of the pages, and she's like, "Fuck it, I'm not doing it anymore." And then years later, she finally finished Midnight Sun, and people really liked it for what it was. And I didn't really hear much about it. I think it's called Life and Death, Twilight Reimagined. So I got to read those as well. We'll talk about Twilight another time. And now they're talking about doing like they've been talking about rebooting it for the longest time, which I think is dumb. If they want to go that route, I think a series is the best bet, because that's what they did with they're doing with the Harry Potter movies. The Harry Potter series, though, is dumb. It's a dumb idea because the movies are so good. The movies are right there. You also have the books. If you want to read the books, just read the books. Which, I mean, the books suck. But Twilight's different in that a lot of people agree that the movies didn't do the books justice. Just make a series then, and like make it longer. You know, you can dig into the past of the characters to really like follow them around too. I think there's potential there. People have also said, an anime, that'd be fucking cool too. There's a lot of things you could do. But that's the Twilight Saga. We're done. I was really excited to talk about these, and I'm really happy that we did. And now we're moving on. Take care, everybody.